Canard A L'Orange is a traditional French dish in which its duck is roasted and served with a rich brown sauce and flavored with sugar and orange juice. The dish is usually garnished with orange pieces on the side. It is believed that the Canard A L'Orange was exported to France by Catherine de' Medici. However, some believe that the dish goes back to ancient Middle East, as typical meals from that area often pair meat with fruit. The first actual recipe for the dish seems to be from the 19th century, and the French cook Louis Eustache Ude calls it ducklings a la bigarade, bitter orange, and lavicious citrus sauce over the whole things. Duck a l'orange has been claimed to be of Florentine origins under the name of Peperu alla Melarancia, but the name is not found before the 20th century. Italian poet Antonio Casatore detailed his first encounter with a duck a l'orange outside of Italy in the poem of Anatra all Arancia, which tells the story of how the dish made its way to Paris from its origin in Naples. Whenever it came from, duck a l'orange remains a classic throughout the 20th century.
We are going to be making some delicious crispy duck a l'orange with some sautéed haricots verts and some pomme puree. Now this classic French dish is a lot easier than most people think. Let's get started. And when scoring duck skin, you want to make sure to just go through the skin. Do not go through the meat. Now the reason why we always score duck breast is because duck breast contains a lot of fat and we want to render that out so we can get a nice crispy skin. If you don't, you're going to end up either burning it or just end up with some rubbery duck skin, and that is not the desired effect. And once we finish scoring our beautiful duck breast, we always going to season with salt and pepper. Alright, now let's preheat our skillet up to a medium heat. Now I did not add any extra fat or oil to the pan because naturally duck breast, when you render it, will give off a lot of fat, as you will see. If you're cooking duck breast, you always want to cook on a medium-high heat. Most of the time, the cooking is going to be done on the skin side because we want to render out as much fat as we can and make that skin nice and super crisp. So now we're going to flip the duck breast over and cook it for about 4 minutes on the meat side. Alright, so once we're letting this duck breast rest, we're going to go and put together our sauce. Now this sauce is super easy. It's just sugar, orange juice, a little bit of white wine vinegar, chicken stock, and orange zest. Now just give your sauce a nice stir and that's it. Just set it aside until we're done. Now I did pour off the duck fat into a bowl. Save the duck fat, never pour it out and get rid of it. And in our pan, we're going to add a little bit of flour to make a roux. And I like to add a little splash of cognac. Be careful, it's going to flame up to cook off all the alcohol. And then this is when you're going to start to slowly incorporate the sauce that we made. Just keep whisking, scrape all that fond off the bottom because all those brown bits, that is maximum flavor. Just keep giving this a whisk until you get all the fond off the bottom, and you will start to see that the sauce will begin to thicken. And once it starts to thicken, add a knob of butter. Once the butter is fully incorporated into your sauce, you want to turn off the heat and just give this a nice stir. Our duck breast is cooked to a perfect medium. Alright, let's go ahead and plate our beautiful duck breast. So a little bit of the mashed potatoes, some sautéed haricots verts or French green beans, and then we're going to shingle our beautifully cooked duck breast just like this. And when you sauce this, I like to avoid putting sauce on the crispy skin. Just a little bit of olive oil on the potatoes and some finishing salt, and let's bring this outside. And voila, look at our duck a l'orange. Duck breast cooked to a perfect medium. Skin is super crispy. Our sauce is so luscious with all that butter in there and the orange zest to cut through all this fattiness. Guys, let's dig into this.